In-laws, the hell you never knew existed.
Do you even give a shit about your in-laws?
Let's just plop in. Hello and welcome back to Potty Mouth, this show where the jokes are dirty and our minds are dirtier. I'm Aaron, this is Blake.
How you doing?
And today on the podcast, we are talking about in-laws. Unfortunately not mine because I've talked about them, and if you want to hear all about my wonderful mother-in-law, just go to episode 1, Awkward Situations, and the very last awkward situation was about my wedding. If you really want to see that and you want to hear what that's about, just click in the link below, or go back to the channel and check it out. All right, so today on the podcast, we are playing a game, or excuse me, Blake is playing a game. Blake will be blindfolded because there's a computer right here with all this stuff on it, so he can't see it while I'm reading it. But there are 5 rounds, all right? And there are two scenarios in each round. One is a real horror story that is of a mother-in-law, something that really happened. Okay. And then one is a fake, something that was made up. Okay? Sure. And I'm going to read both of them to you, and then you have to decide. Okay.
Sounds easy enough.
If you get 3 correct, you win the all-favored mother-in-law prize.
How? I'm curious on what that would be.
Yeah. So, anyway, are you ready to play? Are you ready to play, Blake?
Yes, sir.
You got to get 3 out of the 5 correct. Put that blindfold on.
Ow.
Nice. All right, ready? Round 1.
Round 1.
Alrighty.
Question 1.
The first questions, I should say, or not questions, but the first scenarios, situations.
Okay.
1. My mother-in-law got upset when I wouldn't tell her which sex position her granddaughter was conceived in. Or, my mother-in-law was so mad when I wouldn't show her my vibrator. So 1. My mother-in-law got upset that I wouldn't tell her which sex position her granddaughter was conceived in. Or 2, my mother-in-law was so mad when I wouldn't show her my vibrator. Walk me through your process. What you thinking?
Thinking 1.
I mean, like, why? Why are you thinking 1? Like, walk me through your process.
I would think more just for the... I mean, granted, it's like both of them. It's kind of like, hey, it's like, I do this. It's like this is the position...
So basically just guessing.
Yeah, kind of. I really have no idea.
Okay, well, you're correct. 1 is the correct answer.
Sorry.
Round 2. All right, here we go. So here's your next set of questions. Are you ready?
Maybe.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
No, I'm not ready. Hold on.
Okay, prepare yourself.
All right.
My mother-in-law told us her husband and her had sex on the guest bed right before we went to sleep. Or, my husband and I went to visit my mother-in-law at her house. When she had moved into my husband's old room and was showing us the changes she made, we sat on the bed to talk to her, and, I kid you not, she said, "You know what I did in this bed? I masturbated." So I'll repeat them one more time for you. 1, my mother-in-law told us her husband and her had sex on the guest bed right before we went to sleep. Or 2, my husband and I went to visit my mother-in-law at her house. She had moved into to my husband's old room, and was showing off the changes she made, and told us that she had masturbated on the bed.
I'm going to go with 1.
Number 1, my mother-in-law told us her husband and her had sex on the guest bed right before we went to sleep.
Yep.
All right, why do you think number 1?
I don't know. It just seems more like, oh, by the way, you just walk right out. Kind of like leave. It's kind of like, all right, well, good night, guys. By the way, and then you just walk right out without them having a chance to say anything. Sounds like something I would do.
Would you really?
Yeah, I would.
So would you do that to your kids? Like,
yep.
For real? I was remember, oh, was it you that I told you that I was like I want to let my kids be teenagers and then piss me off, and then as they're walking out the door I'll be like, fine, me and your mom are gonna go have sex in your bed. Slam the door. Did I tell you that?
You probably did.
Oh man, so when I have kids and they piss me off, I'm gonna like as they're walking out the door and they're like, fine, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go like, fine, then I'm gonna go have sex on your bed with your mother, and then shut the door on them.
Ah.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Good times. Anyway, so your answer is 1. The mother-in-law telling you before we went to bed.
Yep.
We had sex. That is incorrect.
Dang it.
All right, Blake, you are 1 for 1. Round 3. All right, round 3. Blake, you got 1 right. You got 1 wrong. You've got to get... actually, you're not. It's not over yet. You got to get 3 right. So you've got to get 2 of the next 3 correct. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Here are the options. 1. Within the first 15 minutes of meeting my mother-in-law for the first time, she casually whipped out her boob and started to show me a strange mole she was concerned about. Then she went into a great detail about the vaginal mesh she had put in. Thankfully, she didn't try to whip out anything else to show me. Or 2, the first time I met my mother-in-law was when me and my now husband were having sex and she walked into our apartment, because she had a key, and asked if we had enough condoms.
Wow.
All right, so walk me through your thought process. What are you thinking? Like, where are you at on this?
I'm trying to think of which one would be more... not appropriate, but... gosh, just which one would I feel like would happen before the other. And I'm actually going to have to say... I'm going to have to go with 1 again.
1, within the first 15 minutes?
Yep.
Started showing stuff?
Yep.
All right, so why number 1?
I just feel like that would happen before the whole, hey, you need more condoms? Hey, you got enough condoms?
Has that ever happened to you?
Nope.
Has anybody ever bought you condoms and then they just like told you, hey, you got enough condoms?
I have.
Somebody said that to you?
Yep.
Who?
Just not an in-law or a relative or anything like
A
that.
friend of yours?
Yep.
They're like, hey, got enough condoms?
Here you go.
Right on. All right, so your answer is 1. You've locked in 1.
1. Locked in.
Blake, you are correct.
Yeah.
All right, you got 2 out of 1.
Show me the
Wait,
boobies.
2 and you got
Oh, wait a minute.
2 out of 3. You got 2 out of 3. You need 1 more to win. You got 2 more questions. Round 4. All right, we're back for round 4. Blake has 2 right, 1 wrong. He needs 1 more, and he's got 2 questions. Kind of coming pretty close to this one already.
Liking my odds.
All right, here we go. Number 1. On the way out the door to my rehearsal dinner for my wedding, my mother-in-law patted my stomach and asked me if there was something she wanted to something I wanted to let everybody know about why we were getting married, implying I looked pregnant. Or 2, after my wedding, my mother-in-law hands me a condom that she had taken and put a safety pin through it and said, "Give me grandbabies."
That's funny.
All right.
I like that one.
All right, so 1, on the way out the door to the wedding, to the rehearsal dinner, she patted the stomach and implied that she was pregnant. Or, after my wedding, my mother-in-law hands me a condom with a safety pin through it and says, "Give me grandbabies." That's not how she says it. I'm just...
Give me grandbabies.
I'm just thinking that's how she said it. Anyway, go ahead.
Give me grandbabies.
What are you thinking?
Hell was that?
Yeah, I have no idea.
We got wolves or something outside. That was weird. Let's see. So, I really feel like both of them would actually happen. I'm gonna have to go. Dang, this is a tough one.
Number 1, on the way out the door to the rehearsal dinner for my wedding, my mother-in-law patted my stomach and asked if there was something I wanted to let everybody know. Or 2, after my wedding, my mother-in-law handed me a condom with a safety pin through it and said, "Give me grandbabies."
I'm gonna have to go with scenario 1 again, Bob.
Scenario 1. Why scenario 1? Let me walk through it.
I just feel like, I don't know. It's like I feel like that's more of a it can go either way.
Right.
As I'm like, oh, I never thought about that way, or like, oh, she just gained a little bit of weight. I just figured that's why.
That she's pregnant
Yeah.
on her wedding day? All right. Do you want to lock that in?
I'm locking it in.
All righty. Gave him ample opportunities, man. Blake Hampshire for the win. You are finding out this answer right after this commercial break. No, I'm kidding. No, you are correct. Yeah, so Blake, that is 3 out of 5. You have won the mother-in-law prize. Do you want to go for the? Do you want to go for the win, or do you want to just see what the last one was, just to kind of go for it, see if you can guess it right?
Yep,
Let's
do it.
We'll go for one more, see if you can guess it
Okay.
right, and yeah, and then we'll wrap it up and tell you what you've won, Bob. Tell us what you won, Bob. All right, here we go.
Wrap it up.
All right, so on number 1, on Christmas, my mother-in-law invited my husband's ex and sent me to the store to run an errand. Later, my husband told me she was trying to set him up with the woman he should have married, according to my mother-in-law. Or number 2, I was hosting Thanksgiving dinner and spent about 7 to 8 hours cooking. My mother-in-law showed up with all duplicate dishes of everything that I had made. When I commented that we had a lot more food than I was expecting, she said, "Well, we don't really need to put yours out, do we? Just put it in the freezer."
I like that one.
These are both very bad, like just
They are.
very vindictive.
I'm gonna go with scenario number 2, Bob.
Scenario number 2.
Locking it in.
You're locking it in. Blake, you're right again, man.
That's right.
You are killing it. You did a good. You can take your blindfold off. You did a good job. So, for those of you that want to see,
It's so bright.
are you blind?
It's so bright.
So, Blake, you have won the mother-in-law prize. For those of you that want to see what the mother-in-law prize is, go over to our Instagram at the Potty Mouth Show. I guess it's not .com. Go to the Potty Mouth Show on Instagram and see what Blake has won.
Is it the Potty Mouth Show or is it Potty Mouth Show?
It's the Potty Mouth Show.
The
Potty Mouth Show.
Okay.
Yeah. The Potty Mouth Show. It's like right here. Just go check it out. It's a, you know, I don't think it has a lot of followers, but if you want to see what Blake has won, it's always a good place to go.
Oh yeah.
But with that being said, that's all for this episode of Potty Mouth. Make sure to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, or watch it here on YouTube. If you're watching it here on YouTube, make sure to like this video so we can keep bringing you fun, silly, goofy content like this. With that being said, that's all for this episode, and we will see you next time on the podcast.